Hey everybody, it's Dorothy Harrison here in Arizona. Today I'm out in Queen Creek, and since COVID virus is kind of keeping us all in, I'm a little stir crazy, so I thought I would go out and share a little bit of what I know about construction. A lot of you don't know, I'm not just a realtor. I worked 6 years as an on-site salesperson in Dallas before I moved to Arizona. So I know a little bit about construction, and I worked 6 years as an on-site salesperson for a production builder, and then I worked about 3 years for a custom builder. So had to learn a lot of things about construction that a lot of real estate agents have no knowledge of. So I'm going to stop my car real quickly and walk over. Well, better get out of the way before this big truck runs me over. Hold on a second. There, now I can park. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see what I'm going to be showing you here in just a second. Okay, getting out of the car now. I want to show you what is called a post-tension foundation. And when a builder thinks about building in a community, he does soil testing. Area has movement in it, whether it's clay or too much sand or whatever. He decides that he's going to put a post-tension foundation in. And what that means is he wants to make sure that later on that foundation, if it moves, it's going to move as one piece, and it's not going. How he does this is that he has his men come in and see these things right here. These are forms. Has the forms put in all the way around the exterior of the house. Then he comes along, and see if you can see these little things right here, these little cones, and he puts those so many feet apart. And then he has these wires, and he has them going vertically and horizontally throughout the entire structure of the house. You see that all the way around. Go slow so you don't get dizzy. But you can see all the way around the house. He puts those in. Okay? Then he comes along, and the guy with the cement truck comes in, and he puts all of his cement on top of it. And they spread it out. Now, if you can see where the pipes are. See where the pipes are? I'll walk over there towards the pipes so that you can see that. See where the pipes are, where they have them all tied up with the tape around all the pipes. They don't want the pipes getting all messed up with the cement. But they want it really, really tight so no bugs can come in. See the box over there with the dirt on it? They want to make sure bugs can't come up in through the foundation. So they pour all the cement on, and they wait about 2 or 3 days. It's not cured all the way, but it is cured part of the way. Then they have this huge machine that comes in. And then they call it post, which means after. And then that means tension. The machine comes in. See this thing right here? See if you can see that good right there. Okay? At every one of these things on both sides goes all the way to the end there. This machine pulls this wire vertically, pulls it horizontally, and it makes that cement really, really, really tight. And then they leave it there for a couple of more days until that cement cures totally. So what they want is let's see if you can see this. They want that foundation to move like this or like that. They don't want it to break. And that is a post-tension foundation. And as you can see, as we go down the line, you can see all of those houses down there that have the post-tension foundation. This is extremely critical. And a lot of houses, when you go to look for a house, you want to look in the garage and it says, do not drill. This is a post-tension foundation. Thousands and thousands of pounds of pressure are on these. And if somebody drills into your foundation, this thing can come out and whip on them. We had a young man in one of our communities where he drilled into it and that thing snapped out and just ripped his arm off. So don't let anybody ever touch your foundation. If you see that little mark in your garage that says this is a post-tension foundation, do not let them touch anything on your foundation. It's very dangerous, but this is a very, very good foundation to have. Otherwise, if there are any kind of soils that could compromise your foundation, this kind of foundation is going to stop it from cracking. So, there's your lesson on foundations. Now, as we walk over this way, if you look over here, we have tile roofs here, and they usually have the barrel tile, and we have the cement tile. Now, roof, okay, has all those tiles stacked up there, okay? Now, why do they do that? Once they frame the house and they get that house up there, the first thing they want to do is get that tile up there because they want all that weight to start working its way on the foundation so that by the time they get ready to do the sheetrock, the foundation, the framing, everything, all that weight has pretty much sunk whatever is going to sink in, so that we don't have cracks in the drywall. People think, oh, it's a foundation crack. Well, once you have that kind of foundation over there, the post-tension, you're not going to have any foundation problems. You're going to have stress cracks, but you're not going to have foundation. But they just want that weight up there so that when they do that, oops, probably can't hear me because this truck's coming along. But as you look down the street, you'll see all of those houses there have the tile on the top because they want that weight on all that framing so that by the time they sheetrock, they're not going to be worried about cracks. Now look at those windows. You see that Tyvek around the windows? That's there for a special reason. The reason that they have that Tyvek there is when there's a rainstorm, rain doesn't come down straight. Many times it comes with wind. And so it'll come in vertically, not just plain horizontally. It comes in horizontally, not just plain vertically. So when it hits that window, they want something to stop the rain from coming in through the windows. So that's why they put that Tyvek there. Get the rolled tar paper up on the top. Now today we're going to go over to the model, and I have an appointment with the lady at Lennar who's going to explain their models to us. But I'm called Hastings Farm out off of Cloud and Ellsworth. Really beautiful, beautiful community out here. A lot of people don't know that it's here. Oh, I know another thing I wanted to show you. No track out, no dust. In Arizona, it's specific to Arizona. All good builders know they have to be very, very careful with the dust. and they water these um, sites down frequently to keep the dust down. We have something here called valley fever, and it comes from the dust. And the builders know they have to keep the dust from flying all around, because otherwise it gets into people's lungs and they get very, very sick here. So note to self, if there's a lot of dust outside, especially like a haboo, get inside. Don't stand outside in the dust. It gets in your lungs and you can be very, very sick from it. Okay. I am going to turn this off now. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll just drive around the community and let you see. This is the before, and we'll drive around and look at the after. They've done a nice job in this community. Are on. Hold on, folks. After 3 years in the business, I hope I've learned something about houses. Oh, another thing that they do inside of those houses while they're building them is they let the plumber come in. And they have the plumber hook up all the plumbing, and they turn the water on. Excuse me. And they do that for a reason. They want, if anything is going to blow, anything is going to leak, they want it to leak before they put that sheetrock up. All right, let me get out of the way of this man here. Let's go down this way so we can see the finished product. Lot of playgrounds, a lot of green areas for the kids to play, for the families to have picnics. I just went by a family. I mean, everybody's cooped up, so they've got families sitting outside having little picnics. Kind of nice to see rather than just sitting in the house getting all cooped up. Get out of this construction zone and get into one of the finished areas. Oh, look at that with those flower boxes. That's kind of pretty. The on-site salesperson has a previous client in there, and she's going to let me know as soon as I can come over, and she can show me the models. She can show me any kind of special pricing that she has, any kind of things that she knows about the community that she wants to tell us. It was really nice of her to let me come in. They're only taking appointments now because of COVID. They used to let everybody just wander through, but it's just too dangerous for her. It's dangerous for, people just coming in. They can't do that anymore. So our world has changed. Let's see if I can see this here. We are on Waverly Drive. Okay, looks like a picnic area here. Stick my camera outside. Hold on. Hopefully you could see. Lots of these roundabouts so you don't get people speeding through the neighborhoods. Lots of greenery. It's going to look really pretty when these things grow up. There you go. We're going to get right into the finished area. Guess I should close my seat belt so it doesn't keep dinging. There we go. Here's some finished houses here. Some of them have the paved driveways. A lot of them have the rock trim, the Cantera doors. Queen Creek has come a long way from 10 years ago. It now has its own mall, has its own movie theaters. All the usual restaurants are out here now. The school system is an excellent school system. It's on par with both Chandler and Gilbert now. Has its own fire department. And let's see what's over here. The streets are wide. You know, you want to pay attention to the width of the streets when you're picking out an area to live in. Because if you're going to have a party, you don't want to be all crammed up. Here we go. Go to them this way. Hold on a second, I gotta turn that dinging off. Back in business. Get myself out to the major street there. Wish I had a stabilizer on this. That would sure make things better than being bumpy. So this is called the Preserve at Hastings Farms. Getting close, folks. See the sign there? Little advertisement for them. Turn this off and switch on to my other one. So hold on just a second and I'll be right back.